Welcome back to the Flow Friday Sports Show here on Flow FM. Time to talk some softball and check in with Veg Ingram, the president of the Gawler and District Softball Association for the first time this year. Great to be back with you, Veg. How was your Christmas and New Year's?
It was lovely, thank you, Ellis. It was great having a bit of a break, but I think we're all keen to get back into softball again this year.
No doubt about it. Now, the Giants men's side, let's just start off with them. Tell us how things have been over the last few weeks. I believe it's been a bit of a mixed sort of bag of results. There's no game for them this weekend, so just bring us up to speed on how they've gone in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, so the men have won a few and they've lost a few. They're currently sitting in fifth position on the ladder. There are actually no games at NAMSA. That's the Northern Area Men's Softball Association tonight, as they've got the Men's State Softball Championships, which is being held at West Beach. So NAMSA are putting in some teams into that, and it's great that some of those Giants players have been selected for those NAMSA teams. So they'll be competing against the Adelaide teams as well as the Hills men's competition as well. So if you want to see some good men's softball, head down to West Beach this weekend.
Fantastic. All right, well, let's get into it. We had, unfortunately, some cancellations last weekend with regards to our regular season. So let's take a look at what's going to be going down this weekend. So we'll start with the under-14s. Veg, just give us a preview of what's going on there.
Yeah, so at 9:30 in the under-14s, we have Trinity College Yellow playing Giants on Diamond 1. So Giants are sitting on top of the ladder and we're looking for a win this week. The other under-14 game is Trinity College Red versus Kangas on Diamond 2. I think with the Christmas break and all the hot weather and the cancellations, the juniors will definitely be looking forward to getting back onto the Diamond this week.
No doubt about it. Before we move on, are you sort of privy to whether there was any sort of social kind of behind closed doors action going on just for people to keep pace over the Christmas break at all, or do you reckon the kids just enjoyed themselves over the festive period, Veg?
I think the kids definitely enjoyed themselves. I'm not aware of any games that took place, but I know quite a few of our juniors got from Santa some Christmas softball-related gifts, so I think they'll be looking forward to using their new gloves and bats when they take the Diamond this weekend.
Beautiful stuff. Let's take a look at the under-17s action. Just bring us up to speed on what games are going on this weekend. We've got one or two under-17s games, Veg.
We've got one under-17 game at 11:30, Blue Jays versus Giants. So Giants have bet Blue Jays each time they've played, and they're both well rested and will be looking for another rematch. And Kangas have the bye this weekend in the under-17s.
We'll take a look at some senior action, starting with Div 2. Now, are these 4 o'clock p.m. time slots, Veg?
So we have two time slots for the seniors at 2 p.m. and at 4 p.m. So 2 p.m. for Div 2, we've got Kangas versus Giants on Diamond 2. Kangas are top of the ladder and Giants are second. So there will be some big hitters on both teams, and this will be a close game to watch. The other Div 2 game will be played at 4 o'clock, and that is Two Wells versus Blue Jays on Diamond 1. Blue Jays are sitting third on the ladder and Two Wells are sitting fourth. So this, again, should be a fairly close game.
And honing in now on the highest level of softball action. So Div 1 seniors, Veg, what are your predictions for this weekend's action?
Yeah, so at 2 o'clock we have Two Wells versus Blue Jays on Diamond 1. So Two Wells are just above Blue Jays on the ladder, but both teams have some young players and they're coming along very well. So this one could really go either way. The other Division 1 game at 4 o'clock is a Kangaroo, so that's Kangas Blue versus Kangas Grey. My money would be on Kangas Blue, who are sitting on top of the ladder, but Kangas Grey are improving every week, so you never know.
Now, speaking of Kangas, the Kangas Canteen Special is this weekend, so just tell us a little bit more about that, Veg.
Yeah, so Kangas have Canteen this weekend, and it's their special round. So they're fundraising to help mito disease, which supports the mito community while seeking seeking a cure. So mitochondria disease, otherwise known as mito, is a rare life-threatening disease that can affect anyone at any age. The Mito Foundation provides information and support services to connect mito patients with their families to help them feel less alone while fundraising research to develop meaningful treatments and cures. So come on down to Competiton Reserve this Saturday and help support this important cause. There'll be some delicious baked goods as well as the normal canteen that we run, and a silent auction, and there'll be raffle tickets available for sale.
What else is there to do on a nice Saturday sunny afternoon? Now, Veg, let's quickly discuss the Nationals Championships. We had some representation with the under-16 girls. This took place, this went on recently in the last week or so. So just bring our listeners up to speed on what's gone on there.
Yeah, so Softball Australia held the under-16 national competition. So this was held in Waverley in Victoria this week. South Australia came third, which is a fantastic effort, and we are so proud of the Gawler kids that actually represented South Australia, and also one of the assistant coaches. So our Vice President, Matt Sutton, was the assistant coach, and we had 4 girls representing South Australia. So Sienna Sutton from Giants, Tara Lloyd from Giants, Molly Rudiger from Two Wells, and Talia Sutton from Giants. And it's just fantastic to see our Gawler kids competing at such a high level, and just really looking forward to seeing where they're going to go in the future.
And it's also great to see that there's so much action for them to be involved in with this sport, which, of course, we want to continue to grow at a grassroots level. Now, the 40-year celebrations, Veg, we touched on this briefly with you towards the end of last year. This will be taking place in February on Saturday the 18th. What more can you tell us? Obviously, everyone within the softball community across Gawler is going to be looking forward to this one.
Oh, absolutely. It's a great opportunity to celebrate 40 years of softball in Gawler, and for those people that participated over those 40 years, just to reconnect with some old friends. Our first president of the association was actually the Honourable John Dawkins, so he's going to be attending, as well as past presidents and players, and it's just going to be a fantastic event. So if you're interested, head to our website, gawlersoftball.com, to buy the tickets. They're about $35 each. I'll be held at the Gawler Jockey Club, so come on down. It'll be a fantastic event to celebrate 40 years of this magnificent sport. And just going back to those juniors competing in the Nationals, and you talked about having pathways for the kids to go, that's so important. And a lot of minor sports often they don't have the same exposure as, say, the soccers or the footballs or the netballs or the basketballs. So it's great to see our juniors being able to compete at that state level, and then to actually have those opportunities to progress and improve and even represent Australia at the Olympics. So there's definitely pathways for those kids that are just dedicated, talented, put in the hard work, and get the job done. And it's just fantastic to see.
Well, you can hear how passionate you are about this, Veg, so I'll just take this opportunity just to probe you a little bit further. So with regards to just promoting the sport more, is there any way that we can do it without just relying on the Olympics, which is obviously, not an event that's, annual or weekly or anything like that, in terms of being able to make this game more popular and therefore get a greater participation from the grassroots ages? Is there a way, in your opinion, that we should sort of cast in our direction towards it all?
Well, it's really interesting you say that, Alice, because a lot of the national sporting organisations are actually putting more focus into the grassroots level, both in terms of their coaching accreditations and modified versions of the sport. So traditionally softball's played on a Saturday and has for many years, but a lot of sports are now looking alternatives, whether it be indoor. So there's called a softball 5, where it's an indoor 5-a-side, anyone can play, social competitions. Fully Loaded's another competition that we've run in Gawler, and also they've run in Adelaide as well. So looking at modified or variations of the sport to try and increase that participation, not only at that grassroots level, but also at the social level for adults as well, and even tapping into that corporate market. So there's plenty of opportunities out there. It's just trying to, as you say, volunteers are always a bit of an issue in sport. It's finding those people that are willing to put in that effort and grow the sport within their communities.
Well, I'll tell you one thing that's very important at the moment, Veg, for many parents, and that is the cost of sport. I'll tell you what, it's skyrocketing with various codes. So is it a reasonably affordable sport to play from a young age?
It is. And then within South Australia, we also have the sport voucher scheme as well. So that will get kids up to, I think it's year 7, $100 off their membership. They're only allowed to claim once a year. So, I mean, that's been a great incentive from the state government to try and increase that participation in sport. But cost-wise, for our association, I'd say probably about $100 to $200 to actually participate, and that gives you a full season. So that's a good 5 or 6 months of the sport to participate in.
You are not going
reasonable.
to get better value than that, Veg, let me tell you. I think just going off the back of what's in the back of my mind, it costs a good $1,500 to play a season of Federation Soccer. So there you go. It's certainly a good money for value sport to play. Veg Ingram, the president of the Gawler and District Softball Association, thank you so much for your time. We'll chat again soon.
Fantastic. Thanks, Ellis. Enjoy your day.